So joining us now is Glenn Lurie, former president and CEO of AT&T Mobility. He led the negotiations with Apple to become the exclusive carrier for the first iPhone. Glenn, it is great to have you on the show. I want to get your thoughts on this. Yes, we've seen all of these companies bat this report down, but key to the Amazon statement, they said they don't have plans to add wireless, quote, at this time. Your thoughts?
Well, first, thanks for having me on, Morgan. Appreciate it. And, look, I have no doubt that they're having conversations. I have no doubt that Amazon's looking for other ways to improve their current performance with their Prime customers. But the math has to work for everybody in the ecosystem. And I think what we're looking at here is a wholesale type deal that they would be looking at. But when you start talking about $0 or $10, the math really doesn't work. When you think about a current postpaid user today, the amount of gigabytes they use on a monthly basis, and you kind of do all the math on that, even in a wholesale environment for the three large players, I think that's going to be a hard task to make that work.
Okay. So Comcast, CNBC's parent company, offers a wireless service, very, very, very low prices for its customers. So I'm just kind of curious how a business model like that couldn't how it could not necessarily transfer to something like Amazon, where wireless would be one of many different services.
Yeah, I agree with you, Morgan. I think it could transfer in a similar way. But when you start talking about the economics around a completely free service, or in a sense, you have a service that Amazon would have to subsidize significantly to get there, you have to look at both sides of the model. You also have a situation with the carriers where they have current wholesalers, right, that they're working with today. And when you think about a carrier's lens, they're thinking about postpaid, prepaid, and wholesale as very separate customers. They have separate costs of acquisition, and then they have separate ARPUs and revenues that they drive. So this would have to fit in the model. So I agree, if there's potentially a way to do it, but when you sit back and look at the math today as things are happening now in the marketplace, I think it's going to be tough to get there unless Amazon obviously has a plan to do some significant subsidies to get those prices down.
And Glenn, hey, first of all, it's good to see you. It's John Ford. It's been a while. There's also the customer loyalty piece here, isn't there? Because unlike a lot of other companies that do MVNO deals, Amazon has so much data on the customer. If you're a carrier and you let them in the door, it might be sort of hard for the customer to know that you're the carrier and you're not just commoditized because Amazon is the nameplate in front. Is there risk there for certain carriers that might think about doing this kind of a deal?
Yeah, John, great to see you as well. And absolutely, you nailed it. I mean, when you think about doing a wholesale deal or bringing in somebody that you're going to give a rate and allow them to use your network, and we all know how much money, billions and billions of dollars, the three carriers are spending each year on their networks, the number one issue you have in mind is cannibalization. Right. So why would I go give somebody the ability to take my customer and actually now I get less revenue? And especially to your point, John, if I just acquired that customer a year or so ago or 2 years ago, I'm still haven't paid back potentially the cost of acquisition. So the carriers are going to have to take a very hard look at this. And when I was obviously with AT&T, we looked at every possibility to grow revenue, and wholesale was one of the things we looked at. And I believe today all three carriers are very open to finding those new revenue streams. But to your exact point, you got to be very, very careful, right? Who you give the ammunition to, right? Who you put in business to come, in a sense, compete with you.